internet people, and welcome to Vlogmas day 9. Today I have a bunch of sewing chores to do and a bunch of house chores to do, and it's no fun doing chores by yourself, so I thought I'd bring you along for the chore journey. You know, when you have just a bunch of little things to do for different projects, that's kind of me today. I have 3 different projects kind of going on at the same time, and I have little things to do for each of them. So I thought it'd be fun to bring you along with me and we could do them together. I also have a bunch of house chores to do, and that's no fun. So I'm going to probably deprioritize those in favor of the sewing chores, but we'll see what we get up to today. And I'm excited to have you along for the journey. So I made a list of the chores. I'm working on the Marlowe sweater, as you've seen in a couple of my other Vlogmases. I'm working on McCall 7974, which you saw yesterday with my whole muslin thing, and the Pattern Scout Comfy Lounge Set. I wanted to make a version of that for the hashtag I'm So Festive challenge, so I'm kind of working on that as well. So I have those 3 projects, and I have little things to do for each of them. So I'll just go through this really quickly, and then you can see if you want to stay around or if you want to go watch a different Vlogmas, because nobody really likes chores, and I don't know if you're going to actually enjoy watching me do my chores, but you know, here we are. So for the Marlowe, I still need to figure out the button situation, and I need to edge stitch the neckline, which I'm not actually sure if I want to do yet or not, but anyways, that's what I have on that project. Okay, so for McCall 7974, I need to fix the pattern, I need to wash the fabric, I need to cut it out, but that's probably going to be for another day. And I need to check and see if I have the right color thread for it. And then for the Pattern Scout Comfy Lounge Set, I need to trace off the pants pattern piece. So I actually need to dig out the pattern, see what size I made last time for the shorts, and then trace off the pants version. And then I want to make a Wawak order, so I'll bring you along for my Wawak shopping. For my house stuff, I have like a mountain of laundry to do. I need to clean so that we can actually put up our Christmas decorations. I want to make some soup, you know, that kind of stuff. So whenever I have a chore day, I always like to start off with a load of laundry. You can set it and forget it, move on to something else. It's an easy win. And I think even though I have a mountain of laundry to do, I think I'm gonna pre-wash my fabric for McCall 7974 instead. So I'm gonna start with that. But actually, before we get to the chores, let's actually do the fun thing, which is opening the advent calendar for day 9. Day 9 right there. Okay, that took it took me a second to figure out what it was saying. It says, oh, focus, focus. Is it focused? I don't know if it's, it says, you're a good egg. It took me a little bit too long to figure out that it was saying that. You're a good egg. That's really cute. I like that. So, okay, let's get started with the chores. So now I'm gonna go through my PDF plotting patterns and I actually have 3 of these boxes. Anyways, I'm gonna go through this one because I'm pretty sure it's in this one. I'm gonna find the pattern for the Pattern Scout Comfy Tee Lounge Set, so I can trace off the pants pattern. Last time I traced it off, I remember I left it uncut and rolled up in here, so I'm gonna go through and find that so then I can trace off the pants so we can be ready for when the fabric arrives. The fabric was supposed to arrive on Monday, but thanks to FedEx, it's not here yet. So I'm working on it. I've literally been calling FedEx daily and it seems to be a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out into a slightly more manageable size. The leg is all one piece. It's huge. I mean, I don't know what they would have done otherwise. I'm just glad I don't have to tape anything together. So I'll deal with this giant piece of paper over having to tape and deal with that any day. Okay, let's look at what size I made. So actually for this one, I conveniently made notes about it. That's highly unusual for me. So let's see. I did size 10 pants, between size 8 and 10, hip 40. Okay, I think my hip's like 41 now. Let's measure the hip. Luckily, my house has so much clutter around it that I have measuring tapes laying around. Okay, let's measure my hip, even though I have pants on. Let's see here. This is very attractive looking. Let's see. Yeah. I'd say it's about 40, 41. 41. Since these are gonna be pajama pants, I should probably go with the bigger size. You can't really go too big when it comes to pajamas. I mean, I guess you can, but actually let me look at the size chart and double check. So it looks like I used to be in between a 8 and a 10. 8 is for 39-inch hip, 10 is for 40 and a half. Now it looks like my hip's about a 41. So it looks like I'm in between a 10 and a 12. So that's 40 and a half and 42. So right in the middle of, almost right in the middle of 10 and 12. Okay, I have the pants pattern ready to get cut out whenever FedEx decides to give me my fabric. I have these shirt pieces from the last time I made it, so I'm good to go on this project. I don't have anything else to do to prepare for it. Hey, welcome to my kitchen cutting space. So now I'm going to fix the pattern for the McCall 7974. If you watched yesterday's Vlogmas video, I made a few different muslins, 4 different muslins for this pattern, trying to get the fit right. And I finally decided on adding a ½ inch to the bust seam and increasing the neckline, or raising up the neckline by a ½ inch. So I'm just gonna go through and fix that on the pattern. I had taken the original pattern and I had added 1.5 inches. So I'm just gonna take away 1 inch so that there's a grand total of a ½ inch added to that seam. And then I need to look up, I saw online a couple different tutorials about raising up the neckline. So I'm gonna look up those and raise the neckline up a ½ inch. Okay, I'm back. I'm looking a little frazzly, a little shiny. I just finished altering my pattern and it took a lot longer than I thought. I thought, oh, I'll just add the ½ inch to the seam and, you know, raise the neckline. Well, it wasn't that easy. I did use Sharon's tutorial from Kittenish Behavior. She has a little tutorial on her YouTube channel on how to raise the neckline. So I did that. I did, however, forget about the fact that you have to also adjust the facing, and that threw my mind through a lot of twists and tangles that did not make sense. So anyways, I did it though. I altered this, I altered the facing, and I'm still a little confused about it because, yeah, I'm just confused on how the facing fits. Like, it's hard for me to conceptualize a little bit the flat pattern to the fabric and how it like fits together. I'm just not quite there yet with like my pattern making skills. My mind can't quite wrap that around yet. But anyways, I'm hoping that the facing actually does end up fitting when I go to make it. I'm a little bit terrified that I'm not making a muslin for this raised neckline. I decided to do the raised neckline after the 4th muslin. Do I want to make a 5th muslin where I have the neckline raised and I attach the facing to make sure it works? No. Will I ponder that tonight? Yes. Yes, we'll see. Anyways, I just ordered Thai food because I've made a mess in the kitchen. Of course, when you make a mess with sewing things on the kitchen counter that you prepare food on, you can't prepare food. So that's a perfect excuse to just order some Thai food. Let me show you this mess. So there's the aftermath of the whole thing. It's pretty messy. And I do need to clean it up, obviously, but you know, Thai food sounds good too. Okay, hi, hello, welcome to the Sewing Loft. It's quite a bit later. It's 9:47. I ate the Thai food. It was delicious, hit the spot. I worked on our Christmas cards. I started Christmas shopping. And then I decided to work a little bit more on my list because it's not gonna do itself. So let's actually see what we can cross off. And I'm gonna do it in this giant red Sharpie so that it feels like more is crossed off and it's more productive. Okay, so for McCall 7974, we fixed the pattern, check. We washed the fabric, check. I didn't cut it out. That was definitely ambitious for today. I need to check the thread color, see if I have any thread colors that will match it. Pattern Scout Trace Off Pants, check. Marlowe buttons, we'll talk about the buttons, and edge stitching, not sure if I want to do, so we'll leave that. Did I clean the house? No. Did I do laundry? No. Did I make soup? No, I ate Thai food instead. Did I do the Christmas decorations? No. And did I make a wah-whack order? No. Oops, sorry, I just shook the whole thing. So yeah, we did a couple things, that's not bad. Let's talk about the Marlowe buttons. I'd like to thank you all for your button input, your button vote on which buttons I should put on my Marlowe sweater. Let me tell you the final button vote tallies. I went through all the comments and I tallied it up. It was a little bit tricky because some people voted twice. Some people went off, they wrote in their own answer, which I like. And yeah, I actually had made a mistake in the videos. I like reversed the order of a couple buttons, but I don't think it matters. Anyways, so the leather buttons, I got 3 votes. The beige buttons, 4 votes. These buttons here, 0 votes. The blingy brass buttons, filigree brass buttons got 5 votes. These buttons here got no votes. No buttons from the stash got 4 votes. Wood buttons got 3 votes and covered buttons got 1 vote. So thank you all for your button vote. It looks like the winner was this brass filigree. And I do think this one goes really well with the fabric, but honestly, I kind of want to save it. It's so pretty and it's a little sparkly and I think it's vintage. I don't know where I got it from. I have 5 of them, but some of them are actually, they're bashed in a little bit and then one of them is missing the hook on the back. But anyways, I think they're still usable in some way or another, and I think I want to save it for something where the sparkleness would really be an asset to the garment. Maybe like as an accent on a cocktail dress or something. I just feel like, I don't know, the sweater is so casual and I feel like the buttons are a little bit fancier, and so maybe I should like save it for something like nicer, maybe like something a little nicer. I mean, I could always cut them off. Obviously the beauty in all of this is I can cut it off at any time and replace the buttons, but I kind of wanted to save them. The second choice was either no buttons or these beige buttons. And I don't love this choice. I feel like it doesn't really come across on camera, but this beige color is very yellowy. And I don't feel like it really matches as well in real life as it does on the video. Yeah, see, on the video, I think it looks okay, but in real life, not so much. So, I don't know. I think, actually, I really like the idea of these leather buttons. I think these are too dark though. And actually I just realized I have 4 and 2 are brown and 2 are black. And I didn't even realize until I put them side by side and I was like, oh, I actually don't have 4 leather buttons. But I kind of like the style of the leather buttons with this sweater. It feels very grandpa-y. I think in a lighter leather though. Also, I found this wood button in my stash. It's not the right size, but I do think like a wooden button would be a nice choice. So I think I'm gonna go online when I do this Wawak order, see if Wawak has anything. And then other than that, maybe just look for a leather button or like a wood button like this. You guys tired of talking about these buttons? I feel like I've been droning on about these buttons for like weeks now. It's only been like 3 days, but seriously, you guys, editing and filming videos every day, like it's only been 1 week of Vlogmas. I feel like it's been years. I feel like it's been years of Vlogmas. Anyways, so I feel like I've been talking about these buttons too much. Okay, that's enough about buttons. I don't ever want to say the word button again. Let's cross that off the list. Buttons crossed off. Okay, let's see if I have any thread that matches this crepe back satin for my McCall 7974. I feel like I'm jumping around a lot here. I hope you guys aren't getting too confused. This video is all over the place. I'm sorry. Okay, so the other thing on my list was checking for thread for this project, 7974, and I found 2 spools of red thread. They're technically different color red, but they look very similar here on camera. This is how I match my thread. I just pull one thread, I pull it off the spool and I lay it across the fabric and make sure it matches. And I think the match is pretty good. It's better on the shiny side than the matte side, but I think I decided I'm gonna go with mostly the shiny side for this project. And that's gonna be good enough for me. Okay, the last thing I wanna do today is make a quick Wawak order. I have most of it already in my cart already. I just added to the cart as I go and my computer saves the cart. Usually, doesn't always, but sometimes it saves the cart so I can just come back to it and add more things. So I'll show you that and then we're gonna wrap this up. Okay, here is my Wawak cart. I have a measuring tape because I have one and it's either upstairs when I'm downstairs or downstairs when I'm upstairs. Plus the cat really likes playing with it, so I thought I'd get another one. I got some more red thread just in case. I got 3 of these cover button kits for the McCall 7974. I thought I'd cover my own buttons for that project. Hopefully this little kit works. I've actually never covered my own buttons before. I got some more rotary cutting blades and some waistband elastic for the I'm So Festive Pattern Scout Comfy Lounge set that I'm making for the waistband. I looked at the buttons, but they didn't have any buttons that were big enough. The only buttons that they had that were 1 1/8 inch, which is the size you need for the True Bias Marlowe sweater, they had the shell buttons in that size, and I don't think the shell would look quite right. So I'm gonna have to look somewhere else, and that's okay. So anyways, a pretty small order today, just these things. And so I'm going to get that ordered and it says it's going to come on Monday. And so I hope it does because that is about the latest that I want to get these things in the mail. Okay, so I think I got most of my sewing chores done today. I didn't cut out 7974 and I didn't edge stitch the Marlowe top, but that's okay. I don't think I was really planning on doing those things anyways. Didn't get to any of the house chores, so we'll leave that for another day. That's okay. So that's it for today. That's it for Vlogmas day 9. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too boring coming along with me for my sewing chores, and I'll see you tomorrow for Vlogmas day 10.